Southwest 3629, Oakland Center, 133.7. You have a good day.
Say frequency again, 3629.
Southwest 3629 is 133.7.
237, hey, you have a good day, we'll see you.
Remember, 12234 traffic, gonna pass off your left-hand side, about 9 o'clock in a mile, 1,600 indicated.
Step 2234, we'll maintain that bridge.
American 2861, fly heading at 270.
Fly heading 270, American 2861.
American 2861, flying unrestricted, maintain flight level 190.
Unrestricted flight level 190, American 2861.
Expect at 202 northbound departure radar contact, flight present heading Intel advised, and expect at 202 Linda, fly heading 180, fly maintain 9,000.
Okay, 180, say the altitude again.
Expect at 202, fly maintain 9,000, radar contact, say altitude leading.
Yes, ma'am, we're out of 3,000 for 900,000, left turn 180, exit at 202.
November 837 Juliet Sierra, fly maintain flight level 190.
190, 837 Juliet Sierra.
Expect at 202, turn left heading 140.
Left 140, exit at 202.
American 2861, turn left heading 220.
Turn left heading 220, American 2861.
November 7 Juliet Sierra, turn left heading 160.
837 Juliet Sierra.
Expect at 202, fly maintain flight level 190.
Flight level 190, exit at 202.
Landing 814, contact Travis approach 119.9. You have a good day.
1199, moving 94814, good day, ma'am.
Remember 12234 traffic 12 o'clock, 2 miles opposite direction, 1,400 indicated.
2234 is looking at the traffic.
Remember 7 Juliet Sierra, turn left, left turn direct to KX.
Left turn direct KX, 7 Juliet Sierra.
American 2861, turn left heading 160, fly maintain flight level 190.
Heading 160, climb flight level 190, American 2861.
Expect at 202, turn left heading 120.
Left 120, exit at 202.
And expect at 202, continue left turn heading 090, vector for the climb.
Thank you.
American 2861, turn left heading 140.
Left turn 140, American 2861.
November 7 Juliet Sierra, Oakland Center, 133.7. See you later.
37, 7 Juliet Sierra. At Oakland, Flight 457 is leading 241 for 200.
Flight 457, North Approach order thanks, depart Oakland, heading 300, radar vector final approach course, descend and maintain 16,000. Your altimeter is 3019er.
Heading 300 after Oakland, down to 16,000 now, and 3019er, Flight 457.
Remember 16894, traffic 12 o'clock in a mile, maneuvering altitude indicates 1,200.
We have traffic at say 894.
Remember 894, additional traffic 12 o'clock and 2 miles, maneuvering 1,700 indicated.
Looking for traffic, 894.
Remember 12234, traffic 11 o'clock and 2 miles, maneuvering altitude indicates 1,900.
234 is looking for traffic.
American 2861, direct Suzy.
Direct Suzy, American 2861.
202, direct to Intel, no delay for 16,000, please.
Direct to Intel, no delay through 16, exit jet 202. Okay, 94, we have traffic.
Alright, 94, thank you.
NorCal, good morning, United 701, passing 2,000, climbing via the stick 4.
United 701, NorCal departure radar contact.
Connected to PilotEdge.
United 701, turn left heading 180, climb maintain flight level 190, no restrictions.
Left 180, climb and maintain 190, no restrictions, United 701.
American 2861, Oakland Center, 133.7, see you later.
1337, have a great day, American 2861.
Bearing 561, level 1 is 2,000, climbing 10,000 via.
Spirit 561, NorCal departure radar contact, climb unrestricted, maintain 10,000.
Climb maintain 10,000, Spirit 561.
Remember 12234, traffic 12 o'clock in a mile and a half opposite direction, altitude indicates 1,800.
234, looking for traffic.
you done with your tour and going back to Palo Alto?
Affirmative, via Oakland 894.
Remember, 16894 cross north of the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, then the Oakland Coliseum at 2,500 en route to Palo Alto. Palo Alto information office current.
North of the Bay Bridge, Coliseum 2,500, and we do have Alpha 894.
Current range 561, turn left heading 180, vector for the sequence.
Turn 180, range 561.
Current range 561, amendment heading, flight heading 240, vector sequence.
Heading 240, range 561.
Thank you. United 875, north south departure radar contact, climb unrestricted, maintain flight level 190, stay altitude leaving.
We're passing 2.4 for, say the altitude for us.
United 875 heavy, climb maintain flight level 190, speed your discretion.
Alright, 190 and we're passing 3,000, United 875 heavy.
All right. Good morning in the sim. I'm doing a morning flight because I never do morning flights. Gizmo, how are you this afternoon there, buddy? Because actually it'd be evening for you. I keep forgetting that. So good evening, Gizmo. But, so I'm not doing real time. I figured I would do a first thing in a morning flight, being that I never do those because I usually leave this settings on real time. I always use real weather, but I figured, I fly at night in the evenings on VATSIM, just because I use real time, and right now with the time, it's gets dark pretty early. So I've been doing a lot more night flying. So this, by the time we get up in the air, the sun should be up. I'll do a nice sunrise flight because I don't ever do that. So let's bring in some ground handling. Back from vacation now? Oh, good deal. Where'd you go? So we got external power is available. Did you go anywhere for vacation, or did you just have some time off of work where you just kind of chilled out at the house? But we're flying from, as the stream title says, going from San Francisco to LAX. First thing in the morning. Let me bring up my charts on my laptop here. I think I'm at gate 63.
Clear to Las Vegas, F1, departure city transition, climb over SID, support 5760, American 425.
American 425, repair. November 1 X-ray Golf, deck, point on approach 124.35.
let's get some numbers. So we're doing 129 passengers this flight. 129, 13,000 pounds of cargo. Flight level 330. These are the SIDs available. I'm going to follow the stick 4. So we're going to follow that. And you can get that information by going to FlightAware. So I could do San Francisco to Los Angeles. So we'll pick an Airbus A320, see what they're flying, and they're flying exactly what I am filing, except they're doing 39 to save fuel, so I want speed rather than fuel savings. So that's how I got the flight plan. And then we'll go ahead and we'll generate a OFP. We'll get the ATIS and our fuel calculations. Alright, so fuel with an alternate of Ontario, so 12,000 pounds. So 12,329 is 5592, so I round that up to 5,600. So 5,600 gives me 12,345, so that's my fuel. And zero fuel weight is 133.6, so that would be 65.99, so 60,599 kilograms is the zero fuel weight for kilograms. I have to do the conversion, so 1336. And then we keep coming down here. Our departure is altimeter 3018. And we're going to be departing on the one left. And current with Bravo. We'll double check that. And Los Angeles is arriving on the 25 lefts. So let's file the flight plan on PilotEdge. 33, everything looks good. So go ahead and file that.
November 1 X-ray Golf is going to maintain 3,000.
All right. So for fuel, we figured out it 56. People 129. Then I go to my calculator, 65.99 minus current zero fuel weight, so this number 53080 plus the 1,000 I left in cargo gives me 8519. So that should match SimBrief for 6599, which it does. So there'd be 60.6, 30.8, down 0.4, which we'll verify with the chart. So 60.6, 30.8. Alright. Moving right along. Let's get the APUs kicked on.
Sky 14 Cadillac ground clear to the Livermore Airport. Correction, Livingston Airport.
Wait for that to turn over, get the APU going.
Maintain banner 1000, block 1606.
And ATIS 1885.
Roger that, clear to Livingston Airport. This is flight stack for departure, the current transition.
85, no, 0.5.
Squawk 1606 is
Clearance is 118.2.
I-410, read the correct departure frequency 100.5.
And
119.5, got head 14.
sure the bleeds are working. 18.2, 121.8 is ground. Bleeds. Environment heat is on because it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit in San Francisco. Hydraulic pressure. APU gens available. So we'll disconnect external power, remove the GPU. And I'll remember to close that. And then OP. All right. I need the gate information, so let's go airport. We are at San Francisco. And the airport gate. I'm at gate 63. It's actually it's not 63 anymore.
Range 05, Juliet.
It's, let me see what this thing shows.
Number 5, Juliet, 13424.
So I'm at E9 or E11.
Remember 1 extra golf and tower 18.7.
So they've changed all the gate numbers.
Tower, 51 extra golf on the ILS.
So what is this?
51 extra golf on tower 116.5, runway 10 left.
Mr. X needs to update his gates.
10 left, 51 extra golf.
So 63. I'm at the very last one on the end. So that would be
Remember 805, Juliet, ready contact,
E9. How many gates? One, two, three, four. 1, 2. So it's actually E9.
Sky 234, descend to top discretion, maintain 4,000.
So E9 is the actual gate. Alright, so there's E9. So that's the GPS. So we want init San Francisco to LAX. 3737 1, 122.23 0.
Farmington Town, November, Farmington ground, November 229 around
22.23 0. 3737 1. Align on reference. So we are about ready to get our clearance. 3018 altimeter. And that shows correct for altitude. We're good there. Seatbelts to full on.
November 229 Alpha Tango, Farmington ground, clear to the Albuquerque Airport. Shackle 1 departure to the Shackle intersection.
Make sure these frequencies are still the same. 18.2 for ground is 121.8. And tower is 120.5. Alright, so all their frequencies are still the same because when you get new ARICs, your frequency can change too.
One departure, then to Chaco, then direct Missy, 1000, and we'll squawk 4076, Mount Alpha Tango.
Alpha Tango, read that correct.
Zulu, wind 060 at 4, visibility 10, 20,000 scattered, temperature 15, dew point 9er, altimeter 3018, arriving runways 28 right, 28 left, departing runways 1 right, 1 left, visual approaches in use, VFR departures contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read the call runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Bravo.
Alright, we're with Bravo. So they're about 2 hours behind me, so it'd be 1, 12, 11, so still morning for the San Francisco. Morning San Francisco clearance, United 1399 at the gate, current with Bravo, IFR Los Angeles.
United 1399 San Francisco clearance, clear Los Angeles Airport, stick 4 departure, eBay transition, then as filed. Climb via CITIC 1710,000, squawk 3215.
Cleared the Los Angeles via stick 4 departure, eBay transition, then as filed. Climb via the CITIC at maintain 10,000, squawk 3215, United 1399.
United 1399, read that correct.
Alright, so now we got our clearance, which is 118.2, so we'll hop over to ground, which I'm not gonna need to talk to him yet, but ground's 121.8. And then tower on the ready is 120.5. The standby doesn't show up because the tariffs are secret apparently. Alright, so he didn't tell me that my filed cruise was going to be an issue, so we got 330.
November 1 X-ray Golf, turn right, taxi around via Alpha, remain this frequency.
And
Turn right, taxi to ramp via Alpha, this frequency, 221 X-ray Golf.
so we're going to take off on 1 left on the
Sky High 410 is at
stick
uniform ready to check.
4.
Sky 4 and runway 27, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 35.
eBay transition, so runway 1 left,
Runway 27,
stick 4,
via Charlie, cross
eBay,
runway 35, Sky High 410.
and then we're going to do a 25 left RNAV, RMP, 25 left Zulu, RMP, Ironman 2, Ironman 2, and that is a full approach from, I think it's Dodger, yeah, so full approach from Dodger with a star transition of Burgle, and then we'll get rid of the disco. between eBay and Burgle. And then that should be no more discos. That's a full approach into Los Angeles. So we're good on the flight plan. That's programmed. Alright, so now we need to you have to do everything in this order. So you do the flight plan, make sure no discos, then you grab your wind. Then you go to init page 2 and you put in them weights that we grabbed earlier. 6638. And that goes there, and 5.6 on the fuel. And we're gonna blast out of here at oops, wrong one. Alright, so 510. 510. We're gonna blast out of here at 200 knots. And MDA for this R&P approach is 445.
Number 5, Romeo Juliet, data right downwind,
630.
runway 16 right, connect tower 20195.
630. Okay, so now I need takeoff data. So gross weight, this is our takeoff weight, 66199. So that's kilograms. So 66199 is 145,943 pounds. So what I need to do is come over yonder, and we're going to go to
Seattle Tower, Skyhawk.
Imperial
805 Romeo Juliet is
San Francisco. We're going to grab the weather, check it with my weather, which is all matching. Takeoff weight 145, 943, and then I need runway information. So come to San Francisco, you right click, open it up, come down to one left. It's one right. This is one left, runway one left, TODA. So takeoff distance is 7,650. The runway heading of 014. And we'll paste that in there. We'll calculate. VREF is 59 for temp, 139, 141, 142.
Sky 23410 miles from Auxiliary, maintain 3,000 full stops on the local lines, cleared ILS runway 22 approach.
And then come down here to perf, and we do 139, and we'll double check this to make sure nothing has drastically changed. And 142. So V1 is rejected takeoff speed. So anytime we can slam on the brakes before this speed and have enough runway to come to a complete stop. VR is your rotation speed, and V2 is one engine out, positive rate. You can climb out safely at that speed with one engine, which is why engine out. Acceleration, climb, thrust is 1,000 feet above. Two engines is 500 AGL. And we got a flex temperature of 59. So there is our perf data. Turn off the dome. The sun's starting to come up. Turn on the fuel pumps. We have to climb via the SID, except maintain 10,000. So we'll set that, we'll put on those strengths, and we'll look at the SID here in just a second. So all the ground guys can drive away now. Then you'll notice the hydraulics is low, so we put on a hydraulic page, pop that out, turn on the yellow pump to 3000 psi. Now everything is in the green. Put that on the electric page on the ECAM. And to brief this flight real quick, we're going to do, let's see, there's the airport. Left, Ironman 2. Okay, and then stick 4. Alright, so we're gonna taxi from here, down to, I don't know, sometimes they make me do runway 1 right, other times it's 1 left, it depends on the controller, but it's good for left or right. So we're going to climb heading on 1014 to 520 feet, which is basically when we'll turn to climb thrust anyway. And then we'll activate the autopilot, turn to stick, under 210 knots but above 520 feet, then we'll go left. And then we have to be below 10,000 feet at port. So that's our restraint anyway. So we have to climb via the SID except maintain 10,000, right? So the only thing we're climbing via the SID is this. And then top altitude is flight level 190, but until he clears me higher, we have to maintain 10,000. So, and then eBay transition. So this is the eBay transition. So from port, we'll go to Susie, and then eBay, and then we'll pick up the Ironman 2 from Burgle, and we'll handle all these altitude and speed restraints as we're coming down the star. For the second half of the star, we'll come around, and then at Dodger, we're going to pick up the RMP approach into LAX, because that starts the intermediate fix. It's not an IAF, it's an intermediate fix, which is you can start any approach from an IAF or an intermediate fix. You cannot start an approach unless you're being vectored between the IAF and the final approach fixed. But in most cases, you'll start a full approach from the IF or the IAF. So we're not even going to be using Gado. We're going to be using Dodger. That shows 210, but it shows less than 210 for this approach. So I'm going to adjust Dodger for 190 knots, and then we'll follow this down to Los Angeles. Oh, I meant to show you the
Stay with you, 5 Room Juliet, thanks.
So the MDA, that 425 I put in the McDo, our 445 is this number here. That's the MDA, which is radar altitude 400. That's your minimums. If you don't see the field by minimums, then you do the missed approach procedure, which is this one. And then we'll land here, 25 left, and taxi back. So that's the flight in a nutshell. Pretty straightforward. No surprises there. Alright. So let's get rid of chocks. Close close all the doors.
365, descend via spot arrival, runway 10 transition, Boise altimeter 3015.
Do an emergency generator test. Clear out the alarms.
Elena Tower, Sky High 410, holding short runway 27, ready for departure.
Check FADIC.
410, Helena Tower, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, Sky High 410.
Go ahead and lock that door.
Yes, Captain. We are waiting for your instruction. Ground to flight deck. All holds and hatches are closed. Walk round complete.
Farmington Tower, Nova,
Ground to
22
cockpit.
down around for
Fire
Tango
knowledge.
at Alpha.
Call me to the menu when you are ready.
I'm ready, let's go. Alright, so we got all that set. Now we need to check our fuel. So we got 5460. So I'm going to err on the low side. So we're going to do 5.4. So you come down here to init, page 2, 5.4. So we'll update the block fuel, which will update our time. So we have 30 minutes extra fuel time. We'll leave it on this page because when we start the engines, we'll come up with a CG, which will give us our trim based off this chart. We'll get a trim at engine start.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Check engine 1. Need to update these gates in my notes.
So connected and bypass in and survey. Release parking brake.
Alright, we'll turn on the beacon.
Starting for stack. And you may start engines.
Pushing back. Ignition 2.
November 9 Alpha Tango, connect Denver Center, 18.57.
Denver Center, 9 Alpha Tango.
The route to Denver Alpha Tango, Denver Center, radar contact, club and maintain 1-2000.
Now the sun's starting to come up. Hydraulics is good on from engine 2. Wait for a generator to be available, then we can roll on 1. Alright, let's roll on 1.
Sky High 410, connect departure.
Departure, Sky High 410.
Sky High 410, come on departure, radar contact. Canadian 13000, report stack.
Operation
And
complete. Set parking brake.
2 good engines.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Crew supply oxygen on. We'll check our avionics. Heading 360 due north, that's fine. Wipers are working. So this is where that trim comes in handy. So we're showing a CG at 30.0. So the closest one is 30.2, so down 0.4. Down 0.4.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
And we'll check our controls. So you got right. We got left. We have speed brakes. And we have rudder. Put that back on engine. Go lights. I want terrain warning. And we're gonna squawk Charlie here, which is 3215. Alright, 3215.
491 Albuquerque Center, descend via the Bruiser 1 arrival off runway 8
Departing
transition,
runways 1 right,
3008.
1 left. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Bravo.
Alright, still Bravo. That means nothing has changed. Runways, weather, everything is the same. So we are basically ready to taxi on out of here.
Sky 34 African station received.
So we'll push up to ramp hold 6. Because these are location markers. So when the airport has location markers, you just let ATC know which ramp hold you're holding at. So for, we're in the middle, so we're 6. So if there was 3 guys lined up, then, this guy would say, we're ready to taxi, holding at 6A type of thing. San Francisco ground, United 1399 at ramp hold number 6, current with Bravo, ready to taxi.
United 1399, San Francisco ground, runway 1 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot Bravo.
1 left via Alpha, Foxtrot Bravo, United 1399. Alpha, Foxtrot Bravo. So straight ahead to Bravo. I got you. Okay. that's Alpha that makes that first turn, so we're gonna grab this next one here. So this should be Bravo. So one left would be M1, I think. It's like a little bit of a right crosswind, not too bad. So we'll check our winds before we take off, make sure the VREF is still the same. Alright, so that's Mike. I need Mike 1. Mike 1 is full length. You always go full length. There's Mike 1. You always go full length unless otherwise advised. Or you can always ask to take off from an intersection if your airplane can handle it. Auto brake max. Takeoff config test is normal. Systems are normal. Landing lights. Auto brake set. Signs are on. Spoilers are armed. Flaps are set. Takeoff config is set. PAX, we will deal with that here in a moment. And perf data for the current weather is weather 074, temperature is 15, so everything is still the same, so that is valid takeoff perf data. So we're going to go to tower, and he didn't give me a departure frequency because it's published on the SID. So the SID, right on the document, it says NorCal departure 135.1. So if they don't give you a departure frequency, just look it up on the chart, and that's the one that you will be using, because if it's published, they're not going to tell you what the departure frequency is. There's really no point in it. Alright, so I'm on tower 120.5. And we got NorCal on 135.1. San Francisco Tower, United 1399, hold short, 1 left.
United 1399, San Francisco Tower, runway 1 left, clear for takeoff.
1 left, clear for takeoff, United 1399. Alright, so we'll do PAX off.
Approaching 0-1 left.
Like I said, a little bit of a right crosswind, but the wind's only 4 knots, so an airplane this size, you won't even notice a 4 knot crosswind.
On runway 01 left.
All right. Do engines 50%. Brakes off. Takeoff power is set. We're in flex D10 on the throttle right there. Comes V1, rotate. Gear up. Autopilot on, and now we'll go to the sticks. Over to departure, yeah, 1399, see ya. So we'll do packs back on, unarm that, go to NorCal. NorCal departure, United 1399, sticks 4. Clement fee the SID for 10,000, leaving 2,400.
United 1399, NorCal departure to contact, climb, maintain, flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190, United 1399. Alright, so it's 190, unrestricted. So I removed the managed, which means it will climb as it won't worry about any altitude restrictions, which there really isn't any, but we can just, I mean, there was, we weren't allowed to be above 10,000 feet at port. It's got a hard altitude of 10,000, but he cleared us all the way up to flight level 190. So if I were to put this on managed with the dot, that means it's going to stop at 10,000. But if I undo the managed, it gets rid of the 10,000 and brings it up to 19,000, or flight level 190. But he said climb to 190, so there's no need to worry about that that thing. So anyway, that's why. Hopefully that explains that part okay. Yeah, flaps are going to retract at 215. They do that automatically, then at 220 I'll take out the flaps. Or slats. So now the slats will retract. Clear of any of those obstacles.
On approach, clear to Dayton Local Airport as filed, maintain 6,000, departure frequency 124.35, squawk 3703, and release for departure, avoiding conduct in 20 minutes.
Let's put on
squawk 3703.
Pressure, cabin pressure, climbing, green.
Sky 34, we back correct.
Comes 10,000 feet. Landing lights off. It's 10,000. Speed up till we get to 190. and then I'll slow down so I can climb faster. Soon I will have the Orbix True Earth North and South California ortho scenery, but I'm waiting until they release the South for California. Once they do that, then I'm going to go ahead and buy both.
United 1399, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
Oakland Center 127.45, United 1399.
American 491, can I fix approach 128.65?
2745. Wait till the other guy signs in, so I'll check him. Oakland Center, United 1399, stick for 2,200 for flight level 190.
United 1399, Oakland Center, climb maintain flight level 330.
Climb maintain flight level 330, United 1399.
American 491, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach, runway 8.
330, unrestricted. And what was I going to do?
541, Julie Bravo, clearance available. This will be full route, dispatch ready to copy. November 541, Julie Bravo, cleared to the Denver Airport. Salt Lake 4 departure. Vectors to Oscar Charlie Sierra. And then Rams 7 arrival. Maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 135.5. Squawk 5146.
I say once I get to the flight level, I'll reduce the speed to 300, and then we will, like a rocket ship, climb very fast. I'm just trying to cover distance right now because you can climb pretty good at these lower altitudes. I'm at 1,800 feet per minute at 340 knots. So I like to do it for these longer trips, just a little bit longer. I go full speed until the alpha airspace, and then I reduce the speed, and then we'll climb at about 3,000 feet per minute for a little bit.
Vectors to Oscar Charlie Sierra. And then Rams 7 arrival.
So otherwise this
Alpha Mike Sierra.
If I don't do that, it's calculating a cruise of 3 minutes. So that's kind of ridiculous. So that's why I don't do it that way. So I'm going to take I'm going to have a bite to eat real quick, so I'm going to mute the microphone and block the video because I don't like watching people eat on streams, but I'll be here. So as soon as I'm done with this little snack, I'll put it back on. So, I'm not going anywhere.
Mike Sierra 7. Maintain 10,000, squawk 5146. One 135.5, 35.5. 1 Juliet Bravo, read backtrack. Southwest 5365 to maintain 5,000. Southwest 5365, are you above the cloud deck? Southwest 5365, are you above the cloud deck? Okay, Southwest 5365, Boise Airport, 3 o'clock and 5 miles. Southwest 5365, clear visual approach, runway 10 left. Sky 410, roger. 9 big sky approach, 118.907. 118.907. Big sky. Sky 410, big sky approach, radar contact over the Cons intersection, and advise you have the weather at Livingston, the approach request. Sky 410, roger, cross Livingston at or above 10,000 and cleared the RNAV runway 22 approach.
Alright, I'm back. I had to have some lunch, otherwise I was going to be starving to death for this trip.
491, clear visual approach.
So, you know, I lowered it to 300 knots and now we're still claiming at 13. If I had left it at managed speed, see the cruise was only like 3 minutes before. So now look at it, top of climb, 1600, top of descent, 1608. So now I've increased my cruise by like 6 minutes. So that will give me just enough time to do my cruise checklist. So, I mean, I could climb faster. If you really want to climb like a rocket ship, then you just hit this
2 miles northeast of the McMinnville Airport.
expedient climb. So that will actually lower the speed to the green dot speed or blue dot speed, which is the lowest speed within a a clean configuration that this plane can safely do and climb. So if I were to hit that, I would lose speed, which means my ground speed would no longer be, 458 ground speed. So that's why I don't do it. I just kind of gauge my cruise time. I base how much time I want to cruise, and then I adjust the speed, because if I adjust the speed, it will adjust all these times naturally. If I slow down, then that time is not an accurate time. So you can literally change all these times just by moving the speed. But we're high enough now. We can do seatbelts to auto and turn them off.
Southwest 5365, connect car.
I wonder if I'll probably get a different.
Southwest 5365, pointed tower 910 left, clear the line 1320.
Probably get a different center before they change me to Los Angeles Center. Pull up the Ironman 2 on my charts. Actually, I can check it out here too. So I'm still on the stick 4.
Target 491, Phoenix Tower 98, clear line, wind calm.
Actually, I just left the stick 4. So I'll put the Ironman 2 as an overlay. Alright, so now I'm closing on 30,000 feet. So once I get, to 28, 29, 30, it's kind of a judgment call. So I'm almost, the airframe speed, the higher you go, the lower this top knot indicated will be. So I'm pretty much now at the same speed that would be managed anyway. Once you get close to 30,000, managed is like maybe 310. So I'm going to go back to manage at this point, and it only raised my speed by 10 knots. So we're going to lose a little bit of vertical speed while we increase our indicated speed, and then once we catch up, then we'll start to climb again. But this is just how I like to climb. It's certainly not by any book. It's just a method that I have picked up with this airplane that works best for me, especially for the longer distance flights like this one. So the pressurization is all in the green, so we can turn that off. Leave this one on plan mode so we can see where we are. I guess what I can do is do a second flight plan just in case I need an ILS. Right now I'm planning an RMP. So let's figure out an ILS. So we can go to second flight plan. We're going to copy what we have. And then we're going to go to 25 left. But instead of the Ironman, it would be the based one, because that will fly us over the airport That's the easiest way to get us on the other side of the airport without obstructing any landing flows or takeoff flows. It flies over pretty much the center of the runway.
American 491 taxi via Charlie, remain this frequency.
So like you come to arrival, based 1. So the based 1 will take me right over the runway. It's basically the same as the Ironman until you get here, and then it changes. So the Ironman is like the same, like Ironman 2. So the Ironman 2 has the same exact waypoints as the based until you get down here, and then it flies over the runway. So this is what they like to use for ILS on the south side of the field. So Cliffy is down here. So based, here's based. 240 at 9,000. That's right. And then Juice. And then Cliffy, and then Dryer at 7,210 knots. IE, no, that's Dryer. IE at 6,000. And then Peter A at 5,000. Expect radar vectors for an ILS. I'm not worrying about RMP from there. So that's the backup. Except we'll make, I don't have to change anything except for the perf on that. For an ILS 25 left. Which is a Cat 3. Decision altitude for Cat 3 is no. And then, so then we need weather. So the weather for, hey Fiverr, how you doing, bud? Nice to see you on this weekend. Alright, so we got Los Angeles. 3009 is the altimeter. Temperature 23. I'm going to leave the winds blank because I need to update that. So wind data, wind request. We're going to update the winds. Top of descent 1608. So we got 8 minutes before we descend. So we do perf. And it was 30.09. 23. And 280 at 3.
Sky 234, connect channel center 121.4.
And we'll double check that when we get closer. Update it. We're going to be parking at
1399 Dolly Center 12, correction 133.2, 332.
Los Angeles Center 33.2, United 1399. We'll see you. 133.2. So this is going to be a totally different controller. We're now entering the ZLA, the busy Los Angeles airspace. Los Angeles Center, United 1399, flight level 330.
United 1399, Los Angeles Center, good afternoon, descend via Ironman to arrival.
Descend via the Ironman 2 arrival, United 1399. Alright, so we're coming up to the Ironman 2. So fuel for Do It. So sim brief for fuel. Is 7.5, but that's in pounds, right? So 7,500 is 3.4. Be 3.4 for Do It. So you do the arrow key, and we are going to be at 3.2. So we're a little bit behind on fuel, but estimated fuel on board by the time we land is 2.9. So that's, I mean, that's plenty of fuel, but we have 38 extra minutes of flying time, so that's plenty. Fuel calculations are a little bit wrong, probably maybe the wind's changed or something up here. Landing altitude is 128, which would show here. As long as that is within 100, or 75 I think. As long as that number is within 75 of actual MSL, then it's fine. Which it is. And this Ironman 2 says we can descend down to, well, we're going to go to Dodger, which is 6,000, so that's what we're going to descend down to. So we can lower this to 6,000 feet, and even though she gave me clearance to descend, since I chose not to descend right away, I'm going to have to let her know that I am leaving 330 when I decide to do so. I'm allowed to leave 330 whenever I want because she already gave me that permission, but you still got to let them know just so they can navigate the other traffic and look out for any type of VFR traffic below flight level 180 as I'm descending. And ATIS for Los Angeles is 135.65.
136 Golf Hotel, Los Angeles Guard. Just confirm, are you on the ground or airport?
Let the crew know we're going to be descending.
136 Golf Hotel, Parkhead clearance, thank you. Departure frequency 135.4, squawk 5220. 36 Golf Hotel, read back correct.
Los Angeles Center, United 13999, leaving 330.
United 1399, thank you.
Alright, so we got SoCal approach is, I don't know what it is, maybe 124.5. See if we can get ATIS. Might be too far away.
25 left, 25 right. ILS runway 24 right and 25 left approach and use or vector for visual approach will be provided. Simultaneous visual approaches to all runways are in progress. Simultaneous instrument departures in progress. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Tango.
Correction, San Bernardino ground. I couldn't really hear you very well. Just confirm, are you looking for flight following or just a taxi for departure?
Looks like they're current with Tango. Anyway, is this the ILS? Yeah, this is the ILS. So we got a localizer 109.9 with identifier of LAX.
Runway 6 taxi via Alpha.
So if I needed a ILS backup, that's where you check it. 109.9, course 251, 251. So that checks out.
Thank you. United 1399, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
Los Angeles Center 135.5, United 1399. 135.5. 35.5. To add some brakes, since we are above the glide or descent profile, that brake shall descend much faster.
Report 3 mile final, thanks for Echo.
But we have to be between 26 and 29, so we're within profile, and that's fine. Or we're within the restrictions, that's what I mean. Los Angeles Center, United 1399, descending via the Ironman 2, leaving flight level 260.
United 1399, Los Angeles Center, Santa Barbara, altimeter 3007.
3007, United 1399. 3007. And then we have to slow down up here, which is why I'm a little bit above the profile.
Bonanza 136, Golf Hotel Bracket Ground, runway 26 left, taxi via
280 knots, that's why I'm slowing. Alright, now I'm on profile, you can take out the brakes. Figures that cloud would jump in there. See, this will pick it up from Dodger, which is that one. I wish I could drag these around, but you can't.
36 Alpha Whiskey, runway 30 right, clear to land, wind variable at 4. American 497 Los Angeles ground, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie 9 Bravo.
The ortho scenery from Orbix is gonna be a lot better than this, and this is good. But I'm waiting for the entire state of California to be available, just because I have the entire state already, and it's like over 100 gigs of, actually I'm curious what my California is. Ortho, so my current California is 167 gigabytes of ortho of storage. The entire state's 167 gigs, and the Orbix ortho is actually going to be much smaller than that overall. So I'm actually going to have better visuals, and I won't have to use as much hard drive space. So granted, it's going to cost me like probably $65, $70 probably to get both, but it'll be worth it. So what'd she say, 3007?
Sky 134 Charlie Kilo, Santa Barbara clearance, clear to Santa Maria Airport. Fall 5 departure, Marcus transition direct, climb via SID, accept maintain 3000, expect 6000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.55, squawk 5414.
Shoot for 25 left.
You read
VFR aircraft 2,000 feet below us at about 8 miles at our 11 o'clock. I'm not going to be able to see it. I don't usually see them unless they're like a mile.
SoCal approach 124.5.
SoCal approach 124.5, United 1399. 124.5 for SoCal. Grab ATIS.
Zulu. Wind variable at 3. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 25,000. Few clouds at 30,000. Temperature 25. Dew point -2. Altimeter 3005. Arriving runways 24 right, 25 left. Departing runways 24 left, 25 left, 25 right. ILF runway 24 right and 25 left. Approach and use or vector for
Max
visual
landing weight 65.
Departures in progress. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight follow is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Tango.
Alright, we're with Tango. SoCal approach, United 1399, descending via the Ironman 2, leaving 15,300, current with Tango. Request RNAV Zulu 25 left from Dodger. Let's do terrain mode.
United 1399, SoCal approach, LA altimeter 3005, stand by.
it's cross-feeding the outer tank.
United 1399 at base, change to the base 1 arrival. Expect RNAV Zulu runway 25 left approach from Tornado.
At based, switch to the based 1 arrival and then expect RNAV 25 left from Tornado, United 1399. Okay. It doesn't give me much time. Second flight plan, we'll do an arrival, RNAV 25 left.
ECJUB, San Bernardino Tower, on course approved, swing calm, runway 6 clear for takeoff.
RNAV 25 left.
American 497 Los Angeles Tower, did you call ready?
From Trendo. Okay. So it would be Trendo.
American 497 Los Angeles Tower, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff for variable of 3.
Okay. Angel 4. The based 1. Burgle. Turn. B25 left. RNAV 25 left.
1334 Charlie Kilo, Santa Barbara ground, runway 25, taxi Bravo Alpha Golf.
Trendo. Burgle. And man, this is really messing me up.
At 1399, just for clarification, descend via base 1 arrival.
Roger, descend via the based 1 arrival, United 1399. I'm trying to get it programmed in. I don't have. Can you give me a vector from based until I can get this finished? United 1399.
United 1399, you are directly headed toward base. You look for a vector after based?
Correct, I'm fixing a turn now at based, United 1399.
United 1399, after base, it's a bearing of 084.
084, United 1399, thanks.
American 497, contact circuit departure.
Departure American 497 out of 355, the, what are we on here? The Summer 2.
American 497, circuit departure, commenting 13,000.
13,000, American 497.
I believe somebody was blocked with a request, or approach request. Last call in and answer day again. United 1399, contact SoCal approach 128.5.
SoCal approach 128.5, United 1399. SoCal approach United 1399, based 1, leaving 8,000.
United 1399, SoCal approach. Thank you, LA altimeter 3005.
3005, United 1399.
Skyhawk 73262, Montgomery, clearance clear to San Bernardino Airport. On departure, fly heading 270, radar vectors ocean side as filed. Maintain 3000, expect 6000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6, squawk 1434.
From Trendo.
Correct, 262, read backtrack. American 497, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
35.5, American 497.
United 1399, contact SoCal approach 124.9er.
SoCal approach 124.9er, United 1399. 24.9er.
American 497, Los Angeles Center, confirm your altitude leaving, climb and maintain flight level 230. Thank you.
SoCal approach United 1399, based 1, leaving 7,400. 2095.
United 1399, SoCal approach, thank you. After Dower, fly heading 100, vector for Tornado. That is maintain 5,000.
After Pedre, fly heading 100, vectors for Tornado, descend 5,000, United 1399.
134 Charlie Kilo, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, clear for takeoff, wind 2204. United 1399, reduce speed to 180, hold.
Reduce speed 180, United 1399.
At 1399, those up here, use started that turn there, turn 10 degrees right.
10 degrees right for United 1399 and descended to 5,000.
Right, 4 Charlie Kilo, contact departure.
Santa Barbara departure, Skyhawk 134, Charlie Kilo is 500 climbing via the flat side departure, accept maintain 3.
Skyhawk 134, Charlie Kilo, Santa Barbara departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 6,000.
6,000, Skyhawk 4, Charlie Kilo.
American 497, contact Los Angeles, Center 133.2. United 1399, expect direct tornado in about 3 miles.
Expect direct tornado. I'm sorry, what was that? United 1399?
American 497, Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 340.
I don't understand why I am getting so many. I mean, what was wrong with
United 1399, clear direct tornado. Cross tornado at 5,000, cleared RNAV Zulu, runway 25 left approach.
Cleared direct to tornado, cross tornado at or above 5,000, cleared RNAV Zulu 25 left approach, United 1399.
Hello, I'm calling for flight following to Monte Sagum call sign. PCJUB, San Bernardino ground, runway 6, taxi via Alpha, thanks for whiskey.
Altitude for missed approach is 2,000.
For 73262, Montgomery ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Hotel Alpha. There's 6 Golf Hotel, are you requesting flight following?
173.
There's 6 Golf Hotel, disregard. ECJUB, are you requesting flight following? Roger. There's 6251 Quebec, San Luis ground near 505. There's 6251 Quebec, San Luis ground, runway 29 taxi via Alpha, thanks for golf. United 1399, contact Los Angeles Tower 120.905.
Los Angeles Tower 120.905, United 1399.
Air 6 Golf Hotel, March, altimeter 3007.
0760. Montgomery ground, Piper 90160 at TS, request taxi 428 right for eastbound departure with information Charlie.
United 1630 Montgomery ground. Doesn't appear you're connected with a valid call sign. If your U.S. registration start with a November, so if you could disconnect and add a November at the beginning of your call sign, please.
Local, you want me to repeat my request? November 91600.
Just when you reconnect, just let me know you're back, and I'll be able to get you a taxi.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do that. Thank you.
Los Angeles Tower, United 1399, RNAV 25 left.
United 1399, Los Angeles Tower, 1 there below 3, runway 25 left, clear to land.
25 left, clear to land, United 1399.
Montgomery Tower, Skyhawk 73262, holding short, runway 28 right, ready for departure, IFR.
Skyhawk 73262, Montgomery Tower, wind 26008, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, Skyhawk 73262.
It's like I had base set up for a ILS, so it kind of messed me up on the approach.
136 Golf Hotel radar contact. Correction, radar service is terminated.
Hey Ginnigans, nice to see you, bud.
Change approved.
Alright, what is minimums on this again?
Montgomery ground, Piper, November 91600. TS request taxi for eastbound departure.
I don't think I put
Charlie.
minimums in here.
Checking 913
Yeah, I didn't.
630, Montgomery ground, CQ runway 28 right, taxi via
Minimums
Hotel
is 400, but
Taxi Hotel Alpha for November 91600.
Approaching 25 left.
take
500.
Your 73262, verify your transponder code, please contact departure.
300.
Skyhawk 262, sorry about that, it should be
well, this was challenging.
Squawk 1434.
That's correct.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard 10, 5.
Alright. Seemed like a pretty good touchdown. I no longer use the touchdown thing.
Okay, 262, contact.
I just see how it feels, if I like it or not. That one looked pretty good.
Bravo holding charge, ready for departure.
ECJUB San Bernardino Tower, on course approved. When calm, runway 6, clear for takeoff.
Course approved, clear for takeoff, for charge, U-Dash, Farm Bravo.
San Luis Tower, 6251 Quebec, holding short, runway 29er.
There's 6251 Quebec, San Luis Tower, left clear traffic approved, report missile each time, wind 340 at 6, runway 29er, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, left traffic will report midfield, Cessna 6251 Quebec.
Los Angeles Tower, United 1399 off the runway, looking for Terminal 7.
Skyhawk 73262, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 6000. United 1399 taxi to terminal via Hotel, Juliet, Charlie, left to your choice to the gate, cross runway 25 right at Juliet, monitor ground 0.75, have a great day.
Parking via Hotel, Juliet, Charlie, cross 25 right at Juliet, monitor ground 0.75 on the other side, United 1399. Yeah, thank you, see you. Oh.
For Charlie Kilo, advise you have ATIS for Santa Maria, say approach request.
121.75. So that was very challenging because I had to do a whole bunch of. I asked, like, I knew I didn't have the based one entered in yet. I was confused with the if I should have entered in a transition or not on the star, and I don't think I needed to, but that kind of like delayed. It seems like whenever I rush to do something, it actually makes it longer to actually get it done. But now I know not to worry about a transition. Just put in the main star from based, and then everything else would have been fine.
ECJUB frequency change approved. You can contact SoCal on 135.4.
135.4, I could charge you that from Bravo.
But when you don't have things entered, just to make sure you stay on course, that's why I asked for a heading. So she gave me a heading of like, I don't even remember now, it was 080, and then she told me to, after another waypoint, to like, she tells me to join the based, but after that, then do a heading, and I didn't remember what waypoint I was supposed to leave with a heading, so it was quite busy. That's why airliners have two pilots. That's a lot of work for just one guy, and work the comms and everything else at the same time.
ECJUB SoCal approach squawk 5526, item. ECJUB radar contact 4 miles west of San Bruno Airport, Ontario, altimeter 3006, maintain appropriate VFR altitude. For Charlie Kilo, thank you. American 497, contact Airplane Center 127.45.
Montgomery Tower, Piper, November 91640, holding short at 2 right for eastbound departure.
Piper 91630, Montgomery Tower, right down departure approved. Wind 2608, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Right departure, 28 right, clear for takeoff, November 91630.
It's called cheating. Go too far.
Clearance, Skyhawk 249, Foxtrot 0.
Sky 249 or Foxtrot 0, John clearance.
9 Foxtrot Sierra is at Dove Street with Romeo, IFR to Burbank.
Sky 249 Foxtrot Sierra, clear to Burbank Bob Hope Airport on departure, fly heading 220, radar vector Soul Beach as filed. Maintain 2000, expect 4000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 3263. And just a note, when you call with a request, unless it's, if you have a technical issue you're trying to test, just a cold call is fine, but otherwise you could go ahead and call with your request.
Roger that. Just trying to mimic the rule. We're up. Thank you. Read back request. Initial heading 220. Radar vectors to Seal Beach.
Part of the fun.
4000.
Fortunately, if you crash, no one dies. Although deviations on PE get filed if they are bad. Yeah. I mean, I like the challenge. It's just I wasn't sure. Like I got aircraft, whatever. Oh well. Like I first entered because I knew I had to delete a bunch of waypoints, so I mistakenly put in the stars transition, which added like 10 waypoints I didn't even need. So then I had to delete all of them. So it took the time. That's why I asked for the Victor, but it all worked out. And I like it when she's the controller, just because she and her and this other guy always
disconnected.
They always throw like you know, loops and stuff for me to do, it seems. So I mean, but it adds to the fun for me. I like I don't want it always super easy. I like a little bit of stress every now and then. Yeah, I did shut that. Yeah, in real life that happens, and the pilots ask for vectors, no harm. So what I did by asking her for a vector, because I didn't have the waypoints dialed in yet, so that was, you know, just a guess on my end to do that. So that made me feel better to know that when you said that again, that's pretty common. I would imagine even if you have two pilots, if you're, you know, you might be behind and you still need a vector. All right. The landing looked pretty good, so I'm happy with the landing. Yeah, that was a soft landing. I'm good with that one. I don't like having that landing display job thing anymore because I beat myself up too much. So now I just rather look at it, say, yeah, that looked okay. Passengers aren't not mad. I like watching the spoilers go up. That's cool. even if there are two pilots. So I bet. I've been doing the joint, or what do you call it, shared cockpit with this plane with my buddy. I haven't streamed it yet because we're still trying to get a workflow in place that we both like. And I'm actually working on that, working on like the actual flows and who does what. Because, you know, the last couple times we've done the shared cockpit, it's like, do you want to grab the lights? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? It's just like there's no structure. So once I get done with, because I know what needs to be done, I just need to divide the workflow. But I'm starting to like the shared cockpit. It's actually pretty fun. Um, it's not as, you know, it's not fluid like when you're flying it yourself, but like if you're the slave, I think it's called, so the other person's primary, then it kind of gets jittery. But I don't care about that. So it doesn't get jittery for the guy that's controlling the airplane. Only the co-pilot does it get jittery. But for all the added, you know, being able to press buttons and have all of us see that the button was actually pressed is really cool. What module is it? The shared cockpit is it's a payware add-on to plugin, if that's what you're talking about. This airplane is the Flight Factor Airbus A320 Ultimate, and then the shared cockpit is, where's it at? Let me see if I can find that link so you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's like, it's $20 for one license to use the shared cockpit. But if you get two licenses, which is what I did for my buddy and I, you get like a good discount. So it was like $30 for two licenses instead of 20 for one. Let's see if I can find that. So this is the config file that you're asking about, Pilot. So these files would go in this Airbus, right? And then you need to download this, and this is the one that you would actually pay for. This second link here, Sky4 Crew. So that's the plugin. The Sky4 Crew is the plugin that you'll buy for, like, the Smart Copilot 3.0.4 is the current one. So you would just download that, put it in your plugins folder, and then when you buy the key, there's a little file. The key goes in the, here, I'll show you what I mean. Let me see if I can pull that up. All right, I just want to make sure that the key didn't like show anything. All right, so this is now what I did was I made a second copy. That's why I have XP2. So this version of X-Plane is like bare bones. There's like no custom scenery, because when you do shared cockpit, everything has to match. So we're only going to use, you know, unless we own the same payware airports, which we own the New York airports, and we both had the Mr. X Boston airport scenery. So as long as you have the Mr. X library, then, you know, you can bring over the other sceneries. But anyway, so you go to plugins, and then you have Smart Copilot. So when you download the Smart Copilot plugin, you open it up, and then when you buy the key, they'll send you this file. In my case, I was sent two. So I emailed the other one to my buddy. So he had his key and then I had my key. So you just put it in the root folder of the actual plugin, because you can test it without buying it. And it's like 30 minutes, I think. It's like it will allow you to test all the features, but then after 30 minutes, you have to disconnect and reconnect the plug-in. So to actually try to do a flight, you're going to end up buying it, but you don't have to buy it to test it. So test it with your buddy, and then if you like it, then you buy it and you just throw the key in there. And then, so that's the plug-in, right? So then you come to the aircraft and you have a Smart Copilot config file right here. So that's the file that goes in the root directory, which is that first link I sent you. So that file goes in the root directory, and then you have a data folder, and then within the data folder, you have this published text file. So you need the published text file, and you need the Smart Copilot file with the Smart Copilot plugin, and then you'll be good to go. Thanks. Looking to do some shared on PilotEdge makes sense to me. Yeah, so both VATSIM and PilotEdge allow, or the networks enable the shared cockpit to work. So on PilotEdge, it's basically the same on XPilot for VATSIM client that PilotEdge. So for PilotEdge, you come up here and you do your connect and your login information. So whoever primary, you log in with your call sign, and then whoever is going to be the first officer or whatever the slave, as they call it in the plugin, you will connect to the network with like another letter at the end. So my call sign is United 1399. So your co-pilot would sign in United 1399 Alpha. So once you put the Alpha or the Bravo or whatever you want, it has to be that extra symbol at the end. That will prevent you from coming into the sim with a CSL loaded. So that way only one CSL. And then on XPilot, let me see. So XPilot, oh, I can't start it yet. It's not connected to the sim. Well, XPilot, it will have a little drop down that says shared cockpit, sign in a shared cockpit. So essentially it will do the same thing. But yeah, glad you're able to get out of it because I've been enjoying it. It's definitely a different experience because it's almost like having a ghost in the cockpit with you. Like I have a. You want to make a second copy of X-Plane, like I said. That way you don't have any plugins that mess things up. You want bare bones. Second copy of X-Plane is like 60 gigabytes, so it's really not that big of a deal for storage. But like he will raise the armrest and I'll see it move. So it's like having a ghost, you know what I mean? I mean, it's pretty cool though. Like if I turn on the dome light, which my power's off right now, but if I turn on the dome light, the other guy can actually see the light come on. I mean, it's really cool. It works really well. And I made a quick view for the first officer side, so I just hit like the number 6 and I'd be seated properly when my buddy's flying. But yeah, hope that helps. I'm gonna go take a break, and I'm probably not gonna stream again this evening, but there is a VATSIM event taking place tonight in and around Boise, Idaho, and Salt Lake Center. So I'm probably gonna do another flight later, but I may or may not stream it. It just depends how tired I am. But otherwise, I will catch you all tomorrow. I like to let you guys know if I'm going to be streaming at my normal time. And tomorrow's not the 2nd, is it? No, tomorrow's the 25th. Yeah, it wouldn't be the 2nd. I haven't had Thanksgiving yet. So tomorrow I'll be streaming at my normal time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for start time. So we'll catch you all later. You guys enjoy your weekend. If I don't see you later tonight, I'll catch you next time. Y'all take care. Chase out. See you again, agains. Yeah, thank you.
Contact SoCal approach 124.9, good day.
24-9, American 566.
Approach selection 456, 22.5, descend to the angle 5, or angle arrival with information.
Flexjet 456, SoCal approach, cleared islands runway 25 left.
Cleared islands 25 left now, Flexjet 456.
Sorry, 739 heavy, reduce speed 250.
250, sorry, 739. Angle fabricated for the San Qatari 739.
Okay, 739 heavy, you're cleared ILS 25 left.
Okay, let's 25 left, 739.